Hi, and welcome to the 19th episode of the Knits and Tales podcast. My name is Amy. I live in Henderson, Kentucky with my fiance Dawn, 4 kids, and 2 cats. Welcome. How is everybody? It's been a while. It is September 11th, 2023 at about 8:25. So it is possible that we could get interrupted by a little man. But I doubt it. He's been sleeping in a lot. Again, it's been a minute. I always think, well, because I wake up and the kids go to school and I sit here and I listen to, watch podcasts, and I'm always like, I need to record. But I always forget to grab my tripod and all that fun, happy stuff. So excuse me. So I never want to go in and wake Dawn up to do it. So today I didn't really care. And I've said so about 80 million times today. And I just realized that I have not woven in this end. So I guess that's a pretty good segue into finished objects. This is my new favorite thing ever. It is the I Let Burst shawl by Stephen West. It's so pretty. The yarn was dyed for me by Amber of Amber Marie Knits. I love it. It's perfect. The colors are amazing. One bad thing though. I used the needle size suggested in the pattern. And I know this because of the brief stint I did, the brief time that I was knitting the MCAL from last year, 2022. My gauge is way tighter than his is. So it has the same amount of stitches, but it is way smaller, which made me really sad. And I noticed it halfway through it. I really wish I would have noticed it sooner because I would have ripped back, but I was already like right here. There's no way I was ripping back. I probably should have, but I didn't. And it fits great. I do wish it would have been a little bit longer, and I probably could have kept going because this mid color right here, I had a second skein of it. But the rows were just getting so long, and I was so disappointed and upset about it that I was just like, nope, I'm just gonna finish it off and I'm gonna wear it and I'm gonna love it. So that's what I did, and I got some really good finished object photos. If you follow me on Instagram, AmyElise220, that is AIMEELISE 220. You can see those, and they turned out really cute. My second finished object, let me get my basket of whips here, is in here. Like I said, this is completely impromptu, so I'm not exactly, what size needles are those? Oh, sorry. I'm not exactly prepared. My second and last finished object for knitting anyway are these mitts that I made. I actually have a funny story about them. I'll show them and then tell you the funny story. They are the On the Hill mitts by Kay Litton of the Crazy Sock Lady. They're so pretty. I love these mitts, and they're perfect because my watch is actually charging, but I can wear my ring and it doesn't interfere with them. And then my watch sits about right here, so I don't have to mess with it. I love these mitts, and they're my second pair. When I first started moving away from worsted weight hats, I saw this pattern and fell in love with it. I had done cables before, but never with fingering weight yarn and never this intricate. And I ripped those damn things out probably 12 times, and I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating. It was probably 12 times. My hair's a mess. Oh well. But I finally did it. I finally got it done. I mean, I ripped them out probably 6 times before I got smart enough to do a lifeline around the cuff. So I finally got it. And then when we moved here, I don't know what happened to it, but I lost a mitt. And they were my favorite. I wore them all the time. So I couldn't decide what I wanted in it. I was kind of, right after I did this, it was kind of like when you finish a really good TV show or a really good book or book series and you're just like, what do I do with my life? Like, seriously, what do I do with my life? And so I was like, I'm gonna make some mitts. So I was looking through my patterns and decided, let's try this one again. And I was kind of scared because I had such a hard time with it last time. This time, no problems. And so it was kind of cool to see the progress that I've made in 2 years. And I know it was exactly 2 years. I finished this mitt exactly 2 years to the day from the first pair that I made. And the only reason I know that is it came up in my memories and I was like, babe, look at this. This is crazy. So yes, I did them exactly 2 years later, and I didn't have to rip back. I didn't have to, I used the chart, but I didn't have to use my little magnet board, which was really kind of cool. I thought I was going to need to, but nope, I didn't. So that's kind of making me want to make some morning walk socks. But I need to get some projects out of the way. So those are my 2 finished objects. I don't think I have any others. I know it's been a really, no, I do have another one. I know it's been a while. This one, I'm calling it finished. Yes, there's ends everywhere. And I probably will not weave them in and cut them off because, well, I will eventually, but little man likes to play with them. And he's the one that uses this more often than anybody else, so I'm just leaving them for him. It is huge granny square blanket. I used scraps and cream wool-like, and it is scrappy. I mean, I have this square and this square right here, that one right there, that are all the same color, but the other ones are just a mismatch of yarns, and I love it. And it's kind of fun to look back. Oh, my hair. It's kind of fun to look back because everything in this blanket is something that I have used personally in projects for myself or others. So it's fun to look at it and be like, oh, these are these socks and these are that socks. And so yeah, that's my 3rd finished object. I take these off. I kind of don't want to. It's chilly in here, but I'm going to. So excited to be able to wear these. I love them so much. Okay. Other finished objects is this bag right here. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite bags that I've made. I made it so that I could put this in it. I was like, I need a red and black bag because I'm making a red and black shawl. So, yep, there's this. There's fuzzies on it. And then these are little hearts and not polka dots. I don't know if you can see that. But they're little hearts. I love it. Another finished object is also sewn. I made this tote bag out of jelly rolls. And it's actually housing the yarn that I want to use for my next shawl, if I can ever figure out what shawl I actually want to make. And that's the inside's got a really pretty batik fabric. I did make one mistake, but I'm not concerned about it. It's a bag for me. I've decided I really like zipper bags. I know a lot of people prefer snaps or drawstrings because of the yarn, but once you will see once I start getting into my works in progress that you really, really like the zipper bags. Okay, first work in progress. I'm so out of practice. Are these mitts that I made for my mom. Put it on here. I have one done, obviously. I love this yarn. I actually have a pair of socks made out of this yarn, and I saw this orange, and I'm very sad that I have to give them to my mom because I love them. I was hoping she'd be like, oh, no, those aren't my colors, really. She goes, yes, I love them. I love those colors. I'm like, dang it. All right. And then I lost them. Could not find them anywhere. Come to find out, I left the bag at work. They are being housed in this bag. And then the inside is the same but opposite. So I have the second one cast on for the third time. I got almost all the way done with it and realized I didn't do the thumb gusset. I must have been soft mode or something. Realized I didn't do the thumb gusset. Ripped it back to where I need to put the thumb gusset in and realized that I messed up the pattern. I'm using the numbers from the On the Hill Mitts by Crazy Sock Lady, but I'm doing the Hermione's Everyday pattern, and this is what I have on the second knit. I just cast those on today. Again, for the second time because I messed it up and I didn't feel like trying to pick back and whatnot. Second work in progress. These are all bags by me. I think you've seen that one. I'm not sure. This is a, oh, hold on. That was professional. Stuck. Okay. This is actually a hoe too. And if I would just work on it, it would be done. I cast these on August 11th, I think, and they're still not done. I've just been really having a hard time. Once I made this, I've just been kind of having a hard time getting into anything. I have some very exciting things happening in the very beginning of October, and I'm just in an excited mess. And because there are certain people that watch this podcast, I'm not going to say anything until after it happens. But these are 3x1, 2.25 millimeter needle, 3x1, 64 stitches. And they are obviously scrappy, but they're scrappy stripy socks. And I love them. Fish Lips Kiss Heel. I absolutely love these socks. They make me happy. What I did is I have a huge Ziploc bag full of self-striping scraps, and I just grabbed out enough to make 100 grams and went with it. I was going to put the second one on the blockers, but I'm not going to. I am about 13 rows after the heel on this one. I love this one. So there's that. Like I said, I just need to get on it. It's one of those projects that I'm meh. I don't like working on them. I don't know why. Maybe because they're 3x1. I have no idea. But they're really cute and I want them done. I just am not doing what I need to get it done. I'm just having wardrobe malfunctions and everything today. Man. Okay. This is also a bag by me. And the shapes, these last two were really long. And this one I patched together. You can't tell, like I did all the patchwork. I'm kind of disappointed. I should have done them the other way, but I was trying to use the 12-inch zippers that I had. So it is what it is. And they still work, and I still love them. So this is a shawl. It's like an asymmetrical, almost crescent shape. I've done it before. It's basically the girl from the grocery store. I'm doing my own striping. I'm not doing that lace work. I'm just kind of going with it. I did make a mistake. There's the color stripes I used. I did make a mistake. The color stripes are just minis that I had, and the main color is spun right around in 100% superwash merino. My mistake is this right here. I only did one row instead of, or 2 rows instead of 4 in this stripe. I'm leaving it. I don't care. It's going to be wrapped around my neck. It's not going to be like an over-the-shoulder shawl. I don't think it's going to be big enough. I have about 30 grams left. So it's not going to be big enough, but it's going to be like a scarf shawl, so like a shawlette. This is just kind of a project that I pick up and work on when I don't know what else to work on. I'm not in any hurry to get it done. Excuse me. It's just kind of here hanging out. My next work in progress is another bag by me. I love this fabric. I made this a little too long, but I can put it around my wrists and walk around knitting. These are the Swing Your Partner mitts. I'm making them for my mama. She's getting all sorts of things. Okay, 2 pairs of mitts, but you know, it's all sorts of things for me. I love this pattern. It looks way more difficult than it actually is. You gotta keep track, but other than that, it's fine. It works great. Once you get it down, you can kind of tell, oh, well, I'm off. Where am I off? Why am I off? Type of thing. Pretty simple. I'm doing it exactly to pattern. I'm just at the point where I need to start the thumb gusset. And my last work in progress is for Dawn. And it is a muscle burra. Muscle burra. I haven't gotten very far on it. It's in a really pretty gray. I love this gray. He actually shocked me because I grabbed some black yarn that I have, and the man only wears black. It's unusual to see him in any other color but black. And so I picked out black that I had, and the only black I had was cashmere. And I love that, you know, skein yarn, and I'm saving it for, I was kind of saving it for a shawl, but I was like, well, it's the only one I have. I'll just go ahead and maybe someday get another skein of black. Because I'm not really knitting shawls right now. And he chose the gray. I was shocked. Absolutely shocked. So, yeah, I'm making him a hat again. Not something that I need to hurry up and get done. Because it's still 90 degrees here. So, he's not going to need a hat anytime soon. So, yeah. That's about it for the knitting and crafty stuff. I'm going to give you guys kind of a little bit of an update. A lot of things have happened. Air conditioner went out. The hottest week of the year. Oh, that was a mess. That was an absolute mess. Everybody was grouchy and hot. It was like 95 degrees in my house. We had fans going. We had the windows open. It was miserable. It was absolutely miserable. And we found out that it was broken on a Saturday. Gosh, my hair. I'm a mess this episode, but do you guys expect anything less? No. It was gross. It happened we found out that it was not working on a Saturday. And of course I was baking cookies, so it was making it even hotter. Like, it's getting really warm in here. The compressor in the air conditioner went out, and we couldn't get someone in here until we were hoping Monday, but they were swamped, so they didn't get here till Tuesday. So our air conditioner was out Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And I swore up and down that I'd never be cool again. We were taking cold showers, giving Sam cold baths, and nothing was helping because you'd get out of the shower, like you'd be freezing in the shower, and then you'd get out, and 2 minutes later you'd just be dying of heat again. It was so hot and humid I couldn't knit. So not only was I hot and grouchy, I was grouchy because I had nothing to do. It was really bad. And then 2 days later, John and I were just finishing up dinner. The kids were in bed, and we heard screaming outside, and we're like, what is going on? And then we heard somebody is awake. I think it's a dawn. Then we heard sirens, and we look outside, and they're right outside the apartment complex, and there was something burning on my neighbor's front porch. It was awesome. It was amazing. So, like I said, it's been really, really, really interesting, but that's kind of how it is. He's running the water. If you can hear that, I'm sorry. So, I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to work on this hat. I'm using it as my 30 minutes of knitting so that I actually get it done. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.